Hi there, I'm Kat Hapley and I'm a flow artist on Twitch as well as Instagram. I'm just one of those people who likes to dance and put videos on the internet. Today's video is going to be about musicality and the elements with the light whip. So essentially what I'm going to be doing is showing you how I would portray or evoke a specific element using the light whip. This particular practice I think is something that could be really interesting if you feel like you're kind of in a rut. You know, like sometimes flow artists will learn like a whole bunch of moves and then they'll kind of feel like, oh, like I feel like I'm stuck. I feel like stuck in my flow. I don't feel inspired. Nothing feels like there's a spark in it, you know? And I feel like a video like this can help you kind of break down some creativity blocks that you may have with whipping. Like it may be helpful to just kind of give you a way to think differently about certain moves. Think about how you can express a certain move in one way as opposed to a different way. I hope that you find a lot of interesting stuff in this video. These are just my ideas about how I would express the elements: fire, water, earth, air. I'm going to show you what moves I would do. So I hope that you find this to be a really fun video. I hope that you find it interesting, and I hope that it kind of helps you move through maybe creative blocks that you have in your flow. So I hope you enjoy. We're going to start off with fire, okay? Fire, very flickery, very like that's kind of what I imagine fire to be, right? Like just the movement of fire is just like so let us go with fire. Now what would I do for fire? In order to express fire, I'm thinking that what I would want is to do very tight tracing around the body, make it fast. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm gonna go with that. So I would try to do a lot of tracing and just bring it up on the body, down on the body. And what I'm trying to do is just create an image of like I'm on fire as a human. Like I am, it's very close to the body, tracing. And so I would express and make it very like kind of flippy dippy a little bit. If that makes sense, you know, do this little off body. I would keep off body stuff close to me. I wouldn't do a lot of like off body to the side. I would keep that for a different element. For fire, what I would do is to do off or like off body, but like as close to the body as possible. You can even kind of grab it and sort of keep it in one spot. And that sort of creates like a little bit of a fiery, you know, tornado kind of looking thing. And always remember to try it on the left side because I'm so bad at that. Always practice on the left side, at least some of the time. But yeah, you can also do just regular tracing around the hand, just infinity tracing around the hand, and just bring it up in front of you to kind of create like, oh, like I'm on fire. Oh, I got fire in my hands, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's what I would do it for fire. For water, actually, no. Let's go with air. So with air, oh gosh, come on. Okay, for air, what I would do with air is I would make the movements as large as possible with as much off-body work as I can put in there. So the problem is that I am in a room that doesn't allow for really big movements, unfortunately. So forgive me if you hear my whip crashing up against a whole bunch of things. The rhythm of wind would be very like wind just goes everywhere and it changes direction all the time, right? So we're gonna want to do a lot of like direction changes, a lot of off body, but like really big movements, and then it's quick. A lot of stuff that just kind of like gently glides along the body. Any kind of tracing, but like very large movement tracing. Quick. That's kind of generally what I would look for when it comes to wind, is just very open, like as if there's a lot of wind. I mean, the more wind sound you can create, the better. With air, I would see a lot of off-body stuff. Big, open, off-body stuff. So, for water, now the reason why I want to go from fire to air next was because I feel like water is kind of in between. So, here's a nice cool blue. With water, for me, it would be a lot of circles or like weaves. I don't know, this isn't a weave. This is kind of like the same idea as a weave, but I don't know if this is called a weave. But just very flowing movements that are close to the body. But like not as close as fire is, but I would do a lot of very more open tracing, some off-body stuff. So you can do like a very chill kind of figure 8 with the whip. And then just like go into it and dance. I hope you can see why I put it right in between fire and air as like stylistically, because it kind of has like a little bit of both, right? Like that open airiness feel, but also like it's very flowy.
Hey, editing me. Hello. What I meant to say about water was that it was in between fire and air, and it wasn't flowy. Flowy wasn't the word I was looking for. I was talking about tracing being a little bit bigger than the tight tracing in fire, but there is some off body that's a little bit more reserved compared to air. So that's kind of what I was trying to get at. Yeah.
I would do a lot of stuff where I hold on to the whip as well, right here. Okay. I would do a lot of stuff where I hold on to it because it kind of creates that flowiness to it. Just a little bit more tracing. So that's how I would express water through the whip. Now it's time for earth. Let's find a green. Okay, here's a green. Earth is a very strong, stable element. So I think for earth, the kinds of ways that I would particularly express earth is through geometric movements, low to the ground, tech-like movements. You do things like putting it through the legs. And then one move that I thought would be really cool is to do a drop whip and to kind of express something growing. That would be really cool stuff to do with earth. Is anything that has sort of a structure, more of a structure to it, considering that this prop has a very unstructured look a lot of the time. So with earth, I would definitely focus a lot more on what kind of stance I'm creating, lower to the ground stuff, and then doing more geometrical shapes. So I hope that you kind of saw that and thought of some different ways to think about doing moves with your light whip. You know, we all learn the same moves, but they all fit differently on our bodies. And at the same time, we are also able to do those moves in a different way that sort of creates a different look to it. So something like a tight trace is going to look completely different from you going like this around your arm, right? So I hope that this particular video gave you some ideas about musicality with the whip. I hope that if you feel like you're in any kind of flow rut, that this might help inspire you a little bit. If you want some interesting ideas to look into when it comes to the elements in particular, we can talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender. Avatar: The Last Airbender is a show that features characters who are bending elements. If you didn't know, the Avatar: The Last Airbender bending techniques are based off of actual martial arts techniques. So I'll actually post a link to some wiki or something and just kind of show you what different martial arts kind of fit into the Avatar: The Last Airbender, like what fire bending was based off of the movements, what water bending and all those things were based off of when it comes to the movements. So you can take a lot of inspiration from that as well, to sort of express certain elements. It's up to you. Like, you can take inspiration from anywhere and try to incorporate it into your flow practice. And if you have any ideas about how to express any of these elements, or if you have any other ideas about how, or ideas, if you have, or if you have any other ideas about how I can express other ethereal concepts and themes and ideas, let me know. Post it down in the comments. Tell me what kind of thing you'd like me to express through the light whip. If you have any ideas for light whip videos that you'd like to see from me, let me know. Yeah, and I also stream on Twitch every Monday and Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central, so I hope to see you there. You can get the link down in the thing. If you liked this video, if you found it fun and interesting and something that helped you, please like and subscribe. It would be really great, and I would love to give you more videos. So yeah. Also, before you go, there will be an Instagram video that I'll make that will be kind of like taking all of these things I've showed you in this video and putting them into a practice into one music video. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you. See you later. Bye.